Pac-Man is an iconic game. I mean, really, truly a classic. And it changed the video game industry to more character-driven games. Now, I could spend an entire video talking about this, but today what I wanted to talk to you about is one of the newer releases of Pac-Man, and that is for the Fairchild Channel F. This is a homebrew cart, and as I'm sure a lot of you know, the Channel F was the first system to use interchangeable ROM cartridges. And programming this on the Channel F is an incredible feat, and I think this is really well done, and let's take a closer look. Here's a look at the box, the cart, and the instructions in all of their glory. Now you notice this is your typical Fairchild cart, and this is signed and numbered on the back. And you can see on the front here, is that going to focus? This is made by Tim Ryan and Frederick Blaholtz, I think. I'm not sure. Frederick, if you see this at some point, I'm really sorry if I just butchered your name. In any case, I think this box especially is incredibly well done. I mean, this is just a really professional looking box. This actually, in a lot of ways, looks a lot better than the actual boxes that they released the cartridges with originally. So I think this is really cool. And also, it says on the back, and you should always remember to ask your dealer to see the other video cart cartridges available for play on your Fairchild Channel F video entertainment computer. And over here we have the instruction booklet. And this is just a simple black and white instruction booklet, but I think this is really, really nice. And I'm glad that they put the effort into putting this together. So right off the bat, you'll probably notice that since the Fairchild only has 4 colors available, that your ghosts aren't going to be all the colors they normally are. Pinky will be red instead of pink, and Clyde will be green instead of orange. Now, Pac-Man is also green instead of his usual yellow. Now, I really like this this opening sound that you hear here. It kind of reminds me of like maybe a telephone or something. Now, one of the things about the gameplay that you do have to adjust to is that you have an 8-way joystick instead of a 4-way joystick like on the arcade machine. Now, this will be the same for any of the home console ports, so you just have to make sure that your joystick movement is accurate. But other than that, the gameplay is pretty spot on. Now you'll notice here I'm about to eat a power pellet, and when you do, all of the ghosts turn blue and their eyes disappear. Now there's a ticking sound that kind of lets you know that time is winding down, and they also blink when they get close to turning back to their normal shades. Now another thing that you'll want to be aware of if you're familiar with the original arcade cabinet is that the ghosts sometimes will go up the center corridor there when they come out of their little box. They might go up one of the left or right channels there. And usually that was kind of a safe spot in the arcade cab, but it is not the case here. Now, I'm about to die here in a minute, and I do think that they did get the death sound just really spot on, which is incredible. Now you can see here that the cutscenes are intact, but they do have the music and the visual separated, and I'm assuming that's probably because of processing issues. Now I wanted to include just a little bit of video here for some of the veteran Pac-Man players out there. Anyone recognize this pattern? So it doesn't work quite the same as it does on the arcade cabinet, but it still works out pretty well. I also want to say that there's surprisingly little flicker in this game, and I really think the people who programmed the Atari 2600 version could take a few hints here. The point system is the same as in the original, including the points you get for eating the ghosts and also the points you get for eating the different fruits. Now you also get an extra life when you reach 10,000 points, as you'll see here. And as is usually the case, you can see that greed was my eventual undoing. And just in case you needed to be reminded, be sure to have fun when playing this game.